Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to crack the code on a crucial part of Spanish showing possession. You know, how do you say my, your, or our? Well, let's find out.
Okay, let's just dive right in with a super simple everyday phrase. How would you say my dog in Spanish?
And there it is, mi perro. That simple little word mi is a possessive, and that's exactly what we're going to focus on today. Now these have a fancy name, posesivos átonos, or unstressed possessives. All that means is they're the little words you use for things like my book or your house, and they always go right before the noun.
Okay, first up, let's break down the possessives for single owners. We're talking about I, you, and he, she, or the formal you.
So take a look at this. This first group is actually pretty straightforward. For I, you've got me or miss. For you, the informal tú, it's tú or tus. And hey, super important detail. Notice there's no accent mark on that tú. That's how you know it's your and not the pronoun you. And then for he, she, or the formal you, it's simply su or sus.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the first big rule. Notice the only thing that changes me to mis is whether the owner, the book, is singular or plural. It has absolutely nothing to do with the owner. And guess what? The same exact rule applies for your. Tu reloj for one watch, tus relojes for more than one. The possessive agrees with the number of watches, not with you.
And we see the pattern one more time for his, her, or your formal. It is all about whether the noun, the gift, is singular or plural. Simple as that. So here's the crucial point. For this entire first group of owners, you do not have to worry about masculine or feminine gender at all. Just singular or plural. And let me tell you, that is a huge win.
Now, let's see what happens when the owners are plural, as in we or they.
All right, this is where Spanish grammar starts to flex its muscles a little bit. But don't worry, it's perfectly logical. Now we have to start thinking about gender.
This chart shows you exactly where things get interesting. For we, that's nosotros, and you all, vosotros, we suddenly have 4 different options. That's because the possessive has to agree in both gender and number with the noun. But take a look. The form for they works just like the singular owners we already learned. Nice, right? Let's look at an example to see what this means. See how R changes from nuestro for the masculine noun perro to nuestra for the feminine noun casa? The word literally changes to match the gender of the thing being owned.
And here, if we're using vosotros, vuestra agrees with the feminine singular noun bicicleta. But if we have more than one bike, it becomes plural, vuestras, to match bicicletas. It has to match in both gender and number.
And luckily, that su and sus form we learned earlier, it also works for they and you all formal. It follows that same simple singular versus plural rule as before. Su globo, sus pelotas. No gender agreement needed here. Phew.
Okay, so let's put all of this together into a practical, step-by-step method you can use every single time to get it right.
Okay, let's take a sentence like, our house is big. How do we know to use nuestra and not one of the other forms like nuestro or nuestros? Let's break it down.
This 4-step process will get you the right answer every time. Seriously. Step 1. Identify the owner. In this case, it's we, so nosotros. Step 2. What's the noun being owned? It's the house, or casa. Step 3. What are the noun's details? Casa is a feminine and singular noun. So for step 4, we just match it up. The feminine singular possessive for nosotros is nuestra. Perfect.
So here it is, the complete toolkit all in one place. These are all the unstressed possessives you'll need. It's not a huge list, right? It's just a matter of knowing which one to pick.
You know what? Let's just run through that process one more time to make sure it really sticks.
Let's take my bike is red. Step 1, who's the owner? I. So yo. Okay, that immediately puts us in the simple group. Step 2, what's the noun? Bicicleta, which is singular. And since we're in the yo group, we only care that it's singular. So we just need the singular form for yo, which is me. Easy.
This is it. The single most important rule to remember. The possessive adjective always agrees with the thing owned, not the owner. That is why we say nuestra casa to match the feminine casa and not nuestra casa, even if the owners are a group of men.
And that leaves us with one last thought. We've totally covered the possessives that go before the noun, but there's a whole other way to show possession in Spanish for phrases like the car is yours or the dog is mine. And those, well, those work a little differently.
Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helps you master Spanish possessives. Go ahead and subscribe for more breakdowns of tricky topics.